lifetime student. And for today, I am going to discuss Shannon'S model of communication. But before we talk about Shannon'S model, let us have a little bit of trivia about who's behind the Shannon'S model. Claude Shannon, also known as the father of information technology, was born on April 1916 in Petoskey, Mexico, United States. He was an American mathematician, an electrical engineer, and a cryptographer. And now, let me discuss what is Shannon's model all about. The Shannon's model of communication is a mathematical theory of communication that argues that human communication can be broken down into 6 key concepts: the sender, encoder, channel, noise, decoder, and receiver. It is known as the mother of all models because of its wide popularity. The model is also known as information theory or the Shannon theory because Claude Shannon was the main person who developed the theory. The Shannon model is a linear model of communication that provides a framework for analyzing how messages are sent and received. It is best known for its ability to explain how message can be mixed up and misinterpreted in the process between sending and receiving the message. The Shannon model mathematical theory of communication follows the concept of communication in a linear fashion from sender to receiver with these following steps. First, we have the sender or information source. The Shannon model starts with the sender or information source. They are the person or object or thing or any information source who has the information to begin with. The information source starts the process by choosing a message to send, someone to send the message to, and a channel through which to send the message. A sender can send a message in multiple different ways. It may be orally, through spoken word, in writing, through body language, music, or etc. An example of a sender might be the person reading a newscast on the nightly news. They will choose what to say and how to say it before the newscast begins. Second, we have the encoder or transmitter. The next step in the Shannon's model is the encoder. The encoder is the machine or a person that converts the idea into signals that can be sent from the sender to the receiver. The Shannon model was designed originally to explain communication through means such as telephones and computers, which encode our words using codes like binary digits or radio waves. However, the encoder can also be a person that turns an idea into spoken words, written words, or sign language to communicate an idea to someone. Example: the encoder might be a telephone which converts our voice into binary 1 second and 0 second to be sent down the telephone lines, the channel. Another encode might be a radio station, which converts voice into waves to be sent via radio to someone. Third, we have the channel. The next step in the Shannon model is the channel. The channel of communication is the infrastructure that gets information from the sender and transmitter through the decoder and receiver. We sometimes also call this the medium. Example: a person sending an email using the World Wide Web or the Internet as a medium. A person taking on a landline phone is using cables and electrical wires as their channel. Fourth, noise. The next step in the Shannon model is noise. Noise interrupts a message while it's on the way from the sender to the receiver. It's named after the idea that noise could interrupt our understanding of a message. There are two types of noise: internal and external. Internal noise happens when a sender makes a mistake in coding a message or a receiver makes a mistake decoding the message. Here's the 2 points where it can happen. At the point of encoding, for example, when you misspell a word in a text message. One of the key goals for people who use this theory is to identify the causes of noise and try to minimize them to improve the quality of the message. Fifth, we have the decoder. The next step in the Shannon model is decoder. Decoding is the exact opposite of encoding. Shannon made this model in reference to communication that happens through devices like telephones. So, in this model, there usually needs to be a device that decodes a message from binary digits or waves back into a format that can be understood by the receiver. 6. Receiver or destination. The next step in the Shannon model is receiver. The receiver is the end point of the original model of the technical communication process. This is the step where the person finally gets the message, or what's left of it after accounting the noise. Examples of a receiver might be the person in the other end of a telephone, the person reading an email you sent to them. 7th, we have the feedback. The final step in the Shannon model is feedback. Actually, the feedback step was not originally proposed by Shannon in 1948. Feedback occurs when the receiver of the message responds to the sender in order to close the communication loop. Nonetheless, the feedback element seems like a post-hoc add-on to the model and is the subject of a lot of criticism. Examples: feedback does not occur in all situations. Sometimes, like when watching TV, we don't tend to let the people talking on the TV know what we are thinking. We simply watch the show. So again, the key concepts are: we have the sender or the information source, encoder, channel, noise, decoder, receiver or the destination. So, the Shannon-Weaver model of communication is the mother of all models of human communication created by Claude Shannon. It is considered to be the highly effective communication model that explains the whole communication process from information source to the information receiver. And that brings me to the end of my discussion. But before that, let me give you a summary of what I've been discussing about over the last minutes. It is that Shannon's model of communication, the message travels one direction from the sender to the receiver. In other words, once the sender sends the message to the receiver, the communication process ends. Thank you for watching. See you in my next discussion. Stay safe. God bless. Bye.